So for how we told the family, I'm not gonna go into every single family member because then we'll be here for a while. I'm just gonna go into like our parents. My boyfriend was scared to tell his mom. He had already told his dad. His parents aren't together, neither are mine, but so he had already told his dad, so he asked his dad not to say anything. So he told his dad, and his dad was excited. Obviously, his dad had like, oh, are you sure you're ready for this? You guys are still a little young. Like, he had like those questions, but other than that, like, he was so excited, like, that he was gonna be able to meet her. Well, we didn't know it was a girl at the time, but yeah, so he was really excited. We must have told him when we were around 13 weeks. So he was on board and happy, so that made us feel better. And so he was the first we told, well, parent we told. So my boyfriend was really scared to tell his mom. He didn't want to tell her. He just felt she was going to be dramatic and overreact. This is how he was thinking. So one day he told me to send his mom the pregnancy test pictures. And I said, are you sure that's how you want to tell her? Because that's not how I envisioned telling her or my mom. Like, I thought we could do it in a better way. Obviously, like, there's no good way to tell them because we were 18 at the time. But I didn't want to do it through text message like that. But when he was saying it to me, I pulled the picture up, so it was there in the messages. It just like wasn't sent. It was like just there before you hit send. And I had flashed the phone to him and I showed it to him and I said, are you sure you want to do this? And he's like, yeah, if I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it. And I said, like, you don't want to send the picture at least? And he said, no, I don't. And he hit the button on my phone that said that the sent button. He hit it and that was it. The picture went off. And I was like, oh my God. There was no response for the rest of the night. No response at all. Then next day, she had texted him and she had texted me and she pretty much was like, is that a joke? Like, are you guys being for real? Is that real? Are you joking? Is this just some sick joke? And we were like, no, like, it's real. Like, it's what's happening. And I obviously said that that's not how I would have wanted her to find out. I said, I'm sorry that is how you found out. I didn't want to do it that way. But my boyfriend is the one who pretty much did it. Like, I'm sorry. So she definitely lost her mind and freaked out over it. There were some pretty harsh things said. We'll leave it at that. And I want to say maybe a month it took for her to come around and be accepting. And now she's been really supportive and really really excited. So that makes us very happy that she's come around and she's excited and she can't wait to be a grandma. It was just that first month period of like her adjusting to the idea of her son having a baby that was a little difficult for everybody. For my mom, I didn't get to tell my mom, which that it does like hurt a little bit. This has never gone away, the fact that it wasn't me who got to tell her. So my boyfriend's mom had actually messaged my mom and told her, and I mean, in her defense, my boyfriend did tell her that I already told my mom, which I didn't. So, you know, I know that in her head she thought my mom already knew because he had told her. So I can't get so frustrated about that, but it still just frustrated me that I wasn't able to tell my mom. And I don't know, it just gets me a little emotional all the time, every time I think about it, because it is something that, you know, like, I wish I could have been the one to tell her. My mom's like my best friend, and yeah, it was just like a little frustrating for me that I wasn't the one that was able to tell my mom. But anyways, again, I don't really put blame on anybody. You know, my boyfriend's mom thought she knew. I don't blame my boyfriend for lying about it, because even I was there when he said that to her, and I said, no, don't say that, because what if she goes and messages my mom? And he said she wouldn't do that. So I, like, in his head, he really thought she wouldn't do that. So he felt bad about it. So I don't really put the blame on anybody, but it is something that has always, like, I wish I was able to do. But anyways, my mom was not so dramatic with it. I don't want to, like, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm just saying my mom is not a very dramatic person. She's more like straight face, like, she's like, you know. So, you know, she found out, and obviously she had her mom concerns about me being young, my, you know, not having a good job. I just got a puppy. So, you know, she just was like, you have a lot on your plate. You don't need a baby. And, like, you're still so young. You have so much life to live before you have kids. But it was never like, you need to do this, you can't do this. Like, it was never like demanding like that. It was more just like, what do you want to do? That's what she said to me. And I was like, I want to keep it. I want to keep it, because I didn't know it was a girl or boy at the time. And so she was like, obviously weighed out all the negatives if I did keep it. And I just told her, I said, that doesn't bother me. It doesn't scare me. It doesn't worry me. And she said, okay, that's fine. But at the end of the day, whatever you choose to do, I'm going to be here and I'm going to support you through it. Whether you keep the baby or you don't keep the baby, I'm going to be there and I'm going to support you and go through all the steps with you that you have to go through. And now that I'm 36 weeks, I don't get as emotional over it. But when I was like the beginning and up until maybe like 27 weeks, I would be crying right now because it just makes me so emotional. But I've processed everything and everybody's reaction, so it doesn't really get me going anymore. But yeah, so I just was so happy that she said that to me, and it just made me feel really loved and supported, that she was gonna be on board for whatever I wanted. And that's what made me happy, that it wasn't about like that she didn't want this and that, like she was like, it was more like what you want, like I'll support you. And that was really, like, I really appreciated that. So I didn't tell my dad. I was like really nervous to tell my dad. Just growing up, I've always found my dad a little scary, so I didn't want to tell him. So I don't think my dad found out until about 21. No, until I was about 18 weeks pregnant is when he found out, and I didn't tell him. I made my mom do it. So my mom called him, my mom told him, then she called me and she told me she told them. And she just said he was really shocked. He wasn't angry, he just was really shocked. And then so he and my grandma were calling me for like a week. I ignored their calls for about a week and a half. And my mom kept telling me, like, no, call back. They're not mad at you. Nobody's mad at you. Stop ignoring their calls. But I just couldn't wrap my head around the fact that they weren't upset. So in my mind, I was going to answer and I was going to get yelled at, and I didn't want to deal with it. So I just ignored it. And then one day my phone rang and I was like, fuck, whatever. I answered it. And my dad was just like, why didn't you tell me? Like, why wouldn't you tell me? Like, were you scared? This, that. And we just kind of talked about it, and it was fine. Like, he was happy. He's been really nice about it. After the appointment that I found out it was a girl, I went to my dad's house. But I had already told my boyfriend, because we FaceTimed and opened the envelope together. So he already knew. And my aunt, I already told my mom's sister. So those two had already knew. But then was my dad and my grandma that I had told next. And yeah, and everybody was really excited that it was a girl. Almost everybody was convinced it was a boy. Everybody thought it was a boy. I don't know why. I thought it was a boy too, but I only thought it was a boy because my boyfriend's side of the family is all boys. So I was just like, well, his dad's side of the family is all boys. So I just was like, yeah, no, like, I feel like it's a boy, but it was a girl. So I was really happy about that. And it's weird because, like, prior to being pregnant, I always wanted my firstborn to be a boy. But then when I actually was in the situation, I really wanted a girl. And obviously, like, none of our family members wanted us to be really young like this. They you know, wanted us to be older and have lived a little longer. But they are all very supportive. Some of them took a little while to come around, but everybody is supportive now, and they're all happy that the family is growing, that there's going to be a new baby to love and to spoil. I'm not like excited to give birth because I want her out of there, because again, it's not been that bad of a pregnancy for me. Like I can't do the things any pregnant woman wouldn't be able to do at 36 weeks. So I'm just excited to give birth because I want to lose weight. I've gained 45 pounds, and probably by the time I'm done being pregnant, I'll have gained 55 pounds. So I am extremely excited to, once I'm able to, start working out, going for walks, doing what I can. I want to lose the 50 pounds, maybe, who knows how much I've gained 45 so far. I still got 4 weeks of gaining weight, but I want to lose all that weight plus a little extra. So yeah, that's the story of how I found out I was pregnant, my cravings, my symptoms, the family's reactions. I know that there's probably a little bit of more detail I could have given into everybody's reactions, but I don't really want to go and expose people's reactions, good or bad, just because I feel like that's a little personal, and you know, they might not want that out there. So I just gave a little info on it. But yeah, so all that matters is that everybody is happy and excited now. So that is very special to me. We really appreciate it, and we just can't wait to meet this little girl, and we know everybody's gonna love her, and that makes us really happy. So yeah, please, if you want to, you know, be on this journey with me of, you know, I'm definitely gonna post some videos. I'm still gonna post like my old videos that I used to post, like lifestyle videos, beauty related videos like that, but I'm definitely gonna have more videos now with like the baby and a nursery tour and a hospital bag and all these kind of fun things that I can now document. I don't know if I'm gonna do a labor and delivery video. That is up in the air. So please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Any video ideas or anything you want to see or anything like that, let me know in the comments below. And thank you guys so much for listening and just being here. I hope that this video was able to help somebody going through a situation like this. I know it's really, really hard in the beginning, but it gets easier. I promise. People come around, your feelings change, everything just gets much easier. So I really do hope that this can just help somebody in the same situation now or in the future, and they're coming across this video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be back with another video.